Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Isabel. I'm the tech teacher here at the East Brunswick Public Library. Today we're going to learn about Google Docs. So the title is How to Create Documents Without Microsoft um, Word. This is the first class for the intro to Google Docs. The handout is in the chat, and as you're watching the recording, the handout is also in the description class. And there are two classes, so today we're gonna be looking at the beginning. Is for people who has never seen before anything to do with Google Docs, or maybe you feel a little bit rusty. And the next class is gonna be more about formatting and doing paragraph and doing documents. So, okay, so Google Docs, with Google Docs is you can create and edit text documents right in your browser. There is no special software required and it's all 100% free. Microsoft Word and Office, Microsoft Office have been the standard tool, as you all know, to create documents in the last 30-year plus. But now Google offer a product that is gaining more popularity every day. For example, all the schools in East Brunswick are asking this year require students to use Google Docs. And it's not only because of the remote learning, but it was a plan that they started doing a while ago, part of the 21st century learning goals. And so if you ask anybody in East Brunswick who attends school, they will be not very good at using Google Docs. And most of the time they'll have to be doing their homeworks using Google Docs, which is a little bit different than what most of have as experience that have lived with Microsoft Word. I think, in personal opinion, I like Microsoft Word, Google Docs better to make very simple documents. For example, if I had to start a draft for a document, or just to throw ideas without no structured formatting, or I prefer doing Google Docs. For academic papers or papers who are going to be published, or if you work in a magazine, or where it has to be follow a structure, Microsoft Word is the best tool because it has a lot of features that helps people who are in publishing or are doing research, academic papers, or very complicated papers. For everything else, Google Docs is a very flexible tool. So the interface and flexibility Google Docs has attracted. Google Docs is more simple than Microsoft Word. It has less icons when you open it. So you only have those icons that are frequently needed to create, and the extra icons that are very for fine tuning and more complex formatting, they are not there. So you can do Google Docs a lot of very quick documents, and you don't need the extra features. So to follow this class, please use the Zoom chat to ask any question, or Slack to communicate. If you want to join our Slack channel, which is this one here, you can click on, oh, you don't see it. So this is our Slack channel. And as you know, on Thursday, I'm going to be teaching what Slack is. It's called On Slack, Learn Slack. And if you want to join, Slack is like a WhatsApp for people who work or are taking classes in school or in college. You can click here to this link, and it's going to take you to the link that is going to ask you to put your email, and then you're going to join our Slack channel. So if you, for the next, As you know, the handout is in the chat. Let me put it back again in case anybody missed it. So if you don't have the handout, if you don't know how to open it, please let me know so I can correct it and help you get in the handout. I don't want anybody to leave without be able to find the handout, because you want to open the handout that is on the chat and then bookmark it. So I have Chrome, but if you have any other internet browser, please make sure you bookmark it. For the next week, since we're gonna be doing more formatting, I would like, my suggestion is that you have either 2 monitors or 2 devices to be able to follow the class and do it at the same time I'm doing it. Or you can make 2 windows, kind of like this example here. So on the window on the left, it's gonna have the Zoom feed, and the window on the right is gonna be where you're gonna be doing your work. So you're gonna be on the left, you're gonna see the demonstration of what you have to do. And then on the right is gonna be your practice. So for next week, I suggest you to try this way so you can do it while you're in class. And if you have any questions, we can solve those questions in real time. So, but for now, for today, just watch, relax, and as you know, it's gonna be recorded. So if you miss anything, you can watch the recording. Okay, so let me move this away from here. And if you need any other help outside this class, if you don't understand something, please reach me via email or use the Slack to reach me. So the outcome for today that I would like for all of you to have is how to get a Gmail address or a Google account so you can access it, the Google Docs, and you start using Google Docs today. And just start. We're not gonna make a huge, a 20-page document, but just so you can feel comfortable, start using it. And you can practice it for the next class. So with Google Docs, you can make flyers, essays, text-based, but like I say, you need something that is more complex. If you have an academic paper, if you're in college, or you have to do a manual for work, Microsoft Word is better. But if you want something quick that you need to get out, like a flyer or a handout that you want to give either at school or at work, Google Docs will cut the time and it'll simplify it too. And if you have any more, you want to read more about the difference between the two products, right here on the handout, on this, we call it Padlet or handout, there is an article where you can find the difference right here. It says Google Docs versus Microsoft Word, and you click here and it's gonna take you to an article. No, it's not, that's not the one. Maybe, where did it go? Huh. Sorry about that, I had to fix that. Let me fix it now. Okay, this is the link. And I'm gonna fix it right now. So you can go to this article and read more about it and have a educated understanding of what the two different products do and how they can help you. So this is a long article about the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so if you to start using Google Docs, you will need a computer with internet, So you can also use a tablet or a phone. You only need a browser. You don't need Google Chrome. You can use any internet browser you have. You can use Microsoft Edge, you can use Firefox, or you can use Chrome or any other browser that you want to use. The only thing that you need right now is to have a browser to start with Microsoft Docs and internet. And it doesn't matter what device you have. So you will open a browser, an internet browser, and you go where it says Google, and you can either search it on your search engine, or you can type google.com and it will take you to the same place. Then you will need a Google account. It's a free Google account. If you don't have a Google account, I'm going to show you the main things that you have to do. If you happen to have a Google account, go ahead and sign into your Google account to access it. So if you have a Google account, like the one I have right here, I'm signed in. I know I'm signed in because I have my icon coming up and there is no prompt to sign in. So I'm gonna click this tapestry of icons right here of little rectangles. This says Google Apps. I click there and then I'm gonna scroll until I find Google Docs. And this is the icon for Google Docs. And then I'm gonna click there. And that's if you have an account, and that's how it looks. If you don't have an account and you would like to make an account, I have placed these tutorials how to create a Google account. The Google account is going to give you access not only to Google Docs, but it's going to give you access to a big number of apps, including Gmail, which is the email service for Google Docs. You have, for Google, and you have Google Docs, and then you have several other icons, which is similar to PowerPoint, similar to Excel, and so on. But today, I'm just going to talk about Google Docs. But I'm going to show you here a little bit of the video. So if you don't have a Google account, after this class, I would suggest you to click on this tutorial. They're very nice tutorial. I'm going to show it to you so you know, understand how nice they are. And you're going to follow that tutorial to create a Google account. And if you have any issue with it, please email me. So let me make this. And when you click on these icons, so they have part 1, part 2, and part 3, and they take you step by step until you get to Google Docs. They have an option. You watch the video, and they also have a transcript underneath. So you can click here, transcript, and they have it. They also have it in Spanish. So if you, there is in another part in Spanish. So we have that available on our YouTube. We did a program in Spanish too. So if you know anybody who only speaks Spanish or prefers Spanish, there is a video on how to do the same thing in Spanish in our YouTube channel, the East Bronx Public Library YouTube channel. So let me play the video.
Google.com. Use the Google Apps menu to select My Account. Then choose to create a new account. If you already have a Google account and you want to update your name or any other information in your profile? Begin by accessing your account page. To access your personal information, find the Account button on your account page. It might be your picture if you added one, or the first letter of your name. Then navigate to the section for personal information. To create a new account, you are required to include some basic information about yourself and create a username and password. To start, enter your first and last name. This is your display name and will be used across your Google and email accounts. Anyone who receives an email from you will see the display name you've chosen. Your display name is shown in the From field when you access your email and in other places across your Google account. Most people use their real full name so that it's easier for others to identify who sent the email or created the document. If your display name is fake or unclear, the recipients of your email may think they are being spammed or being sent junk mail instead of something important or useful. To continue creating your account, fill out the form. The next step is to create a username. You will use your username to sign into your Google account and the Applied Digital Skills website. When creating a username, one option is to use your name or initials. Pick a username that reflects a professional identity for your instructor, classmates, family members, and others who may see the material you create and share. Use any combination of numbers and letters. Separate different parts of your username with a period. If the username you choose is already taken, you will be given a variety of alternatives to use instead. Your username will also function as your email address, with @gmail.com added to the end of it. Great job! There are a few more steps to complete before you should submit the form. Move on to the next video.
So as you see, that video is going to take you step by steps on how to create your Google account. And if this is a professional email, sure, you should think about what username you're going to use, because that's what other people will see. Either is your employer, prospective employer, or somebody else that you have a professional relationship. I have several Gmail accounts and I don't use my name in all of them because I have different uses for them. So you can see I have one that I created for my classes, which is my EBPL trainer. And this is the one I use to manage all my materials. But that's why I don't use my name on this one. But I have other ones that are my private that I have used my name because I want people to know who I am. But this is a choice. Also, I wouldn't recommend using your date of birth or another important date in your email, because hackers might see like, oh, that's the year of their birth. And as you know, we don't want to give out much information to people out there on the internet. But otherwise, you follow those. Then the next video, which you're going to find here, part 2, is going to go through how to make a strong password. And that's a very important feature, a important tutorial to go through. I'm going to play just a little bit so you understand what I'm talking about.
Pick one that helps you remember your password easily. Long passwords are safer. Use memorable song lyrics, a famous quote, or a funny poem. You can use numbers and symbols instead of some of the letters in a phrase you've chosen. Or abbreviate a sentence that is meaningful or memorable to you. As you type, a pop-up shows the strength level of your password. The levels are weak, fair, or strong. The password you create should be considered strong. A Gmail password requires at least 8 characters. A password with fewer than 8 characters won't be allowed. Additionally, when you choose a password, avoid things that might be easy for others to guess, such as password 123, 123, ABCDEF, your name or initials, names of your family members or pets, single whole words such as sunshine or pumpkins, birthdays, anniversaries, or holidays, street names or addresses, or your social security number. Finally, you should create a new password every time you sign up for a new website. Don't use your Google password for other websites. If someone gains access to your password, you don't want them to be able to sign in to your other accounts. You might sign up for an online account.
So on part 2 here, she's gonna take you through the steps to create a password. And as she said, even Google doesn't recommend to sign up, use your Google account to sign up, for example, for a shopping site or to sign up into other ones. So that's a very interesting fact. They used to say, yes, use it, but now they're changed their tune. So it seems like it's a better process to use a password, create a login for each site that you attend. Also, there is a way to check if how many people have used or how many devices have used. And if somebody, there is a regularity, Google is gonna contact you. So the last video is gonna be how to use Google Docs, so you can click that. So this is if you do not have a Google account and would like to create one. And again, you don't have to use everything. You can just use Google Docs if you don't want to use their email app. You can pick and choose what you want to use at that. There is no obligation to use everything. You're not obligated to use the Gmail, or you don't obligated to use the Google Docs. You can choose as much you can and as many as you want. So you can customize it the way you are. But of course, Google Docs is gonna work better with Gmail. So, so if you have a Google account, so let's think now you have a Google account. So for next class, if you don't have a Google account, would be very interesting that you have a Google account so you can follow the steps that I'm going to show you on the following class. And any of you, even those ones of you who are watching live or those ones that are going to watch recording, has any problem creating a Google account, please let me know. Also, we have at the library kits that you can borrow that will give you a computer that it only works with a Google account. So if you go to our EB Create, one of the kits we're offering is a Wi-Fi kit. And where did it go? Am I see all? So this is an internet click to go kit. And for this kit, you will get a computer, which is called a Chromebook, and a T-Mobile mobile internet. So this is something you can borrow with a EBPL card. And when you borrow this computer, you're gonna use your Google account to be able to work. So there is a video here that shows you how to use the computer, how it works. And this is the lady I just showed you on the video that teach you how to use access the Google account. So this is available. You can book it for free. And I don't know how long you're out, but it has a Wi-Fi they have the mobile Wi-Fi. So if you need Wi-Fi just for you, they give you the computer with the T-Mobile mobile Wi-Fi. Okay, so now that I explained how to create a Google account, which is necessary to access Google Docs, and everything is free. I'm going to show you how to access it, the Google Docs. So any questions at this point? Okay, so if you have any other questions, something comes up, let me know. So I'm gonna go make open a browser. This is incognito because I'm gonna use, uh, I need it right now. So that's why it's black. So I'm gonna type google.com on the browser, and it's gonna take me to the Google website, and there is an icon called sign in that you're gonna see on the top right of the screen. And I do sign in, and I already have a Google account. So I'm gonna choose the Google account I'm gonna use, and I put the username right here, which is you create, and then it goes at Gmail, and click next, and then the password. In my computer, I already saved this. So you can do that, but or you can memorize it, or you can maybe write it in a book that you keep safe. Don't put it on the, don't tape it on the screen. So just make sure that it stay private. So next, and then I'll go back to the place I started, but now the icon has changed. So this is the icon for this Google account, and I have here Gmail, and I have images, and then I have this little rectangle with dots. So I'm gonna, those are the icons for Google Apps. I'm gonna click there. So I'm gonna make it bigger so it's easier for all you to see. So I'm gonna click here, it says Google Apps, and it's gonna give me a whole window of all the Google apps available, and every year they add more. So they keep growing. So you're gonna see here your Google account where you customize your Google account, Google search, with you search, which is this page here. And but when you have a Google account, everything is recorded into the Google account. So it's this history is gonna be saved on the Google account. And there are other things going on here. There is Gmail, there is news, there is Drive. So we're gonna talk about Drive a little bit. And the one we want is Google Docs. So you find Google Docs, and when you find it, you click on it. And if you've never been to Google Docs before, like it's your first time, what you're gonna see is this menu here, which is the templates. And all this that you see here will be empty because you don't have any files. So all this won't show up. All these icons here, these recent documents, they won't be there because you don't have any documents. So it'll look empty. It won't be, it'll be all white. But this is an all account, so you have some documents that I have made in the past. So in the window, you will see start a new document, and there are a couple choices, blank, and there are other templates. You're welcome to test out all of them. And templates are an easy way to start a document, and it saves you time. And then you will see here a search. This search is to find words in all the documents that are stored here. And you're gonna see the apps here, so you can go into another apps. So if you're ready, I'm gonna click blank to start my first Google Docs document. So I click here on where it says blank on the plus sign. And there it is. That's the first document. This is a brand new document. Nothing is in it. It's empty. And I have here the name, which is untitled for now. And I'm going to change it later. I have here some of the icons, and you can see the interface is less busy than a Microsoft Word. It has the basics, icons, and features that are needed to write a document. So it has how to print, how to change the font size, bold, italic, underline, text color, highlight, how to add hyperlinks, left align, center align, right align, justify, and then bullets and number, and then that's. So if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, you're gonna see that this has less than Microsoft Word. It doesn't mean it does less. It just means it's more streamlined. They organized it different, and there's some features that Microsoft Word has that Google Docs doesn't have, because Google Docs is a condensed version of uh, Microsoft Word. So I'm gonna close the outline. So I click here to have more room, and you can navigate up and down, and also, where did it go? And also, if I get it bigger, I can go to here. This is the zoom. So I can zoom out, zoom in. And then you're gonna see a scroll bar here that I can move left and right. And there is something missing here that I have to make this smaller. So I customize this, the window the way I want it. So I can move this way, or I can move up. You're gonna see here is the rulers. So like you will see in Microsoft Word. And then I'm gonna go here and choose 100%. So I'm zoom out. So if you wanna zoom in and out, you can use this icon here, and you can also fit to have, but I'm gonna take it to 100. Okay, so once you have this, there is the cursor blinking. So that means you can start typing. So I'm gonna type my first document, and then I press enter. So it's the same that any word processor like Microsoft Word, behaves the same way. And then the only thing that you're gonna notice is that, so once you write here, you can write more. And this is my first paragraph. I can go where it says untitled, and I'm gonna click on untitled, and it's going to rename it as the first sentence that I have in the document. So that's a default feature. If you don't like that, you can go back and click in the box and change it. and then you can click out, and that's the name of the document. Then the next part is a star, and that's just for organization. Then we have the folder, and we're going to talk about that on class 2. And this is the document status. So Google Docs works on a browser. There is a choice to have it working offline without internet, and we're going to talk about that on class 2. But for this today, I'm just going to talk about the online version. The online version, it works with the cloud. So when you are online, Google Files will save as you type. So look how this cloud right now has a check mark. When I start typing, it'll change. So see if you notice what is changing. So while I'm typing, the icon start turning and it'll say saving. So that means what I'm typing is connecting to the cloud. So I keep typing, and it's gonna send the information to the cloud, and then it's gonna say save to drive when it has the cloud with a check mark. So you don't need a save button like you do on Microsoft Word. Yeah. Before you close Google Docs, you need to make sure that you have this check mark, and you can click and see the document status, and it'll say all changes have been saved. You don't want to close it while the icon is turning, because you will interrupt the connection to the cloud. And so that will not ensure there is a proper save of the whole document. So once they had the check mark, that means that it's been saved to the cloud, and it has been saved to your Google account. And that's why you have to make a Google account. So when you get a Google account, you get a certain number of memory that is free, that will be just for you for the Google account. So when you create a document, that document is going to be saved on the Google Cloud. So what does it mean? So Google Drive, so the Google account is a free service that allows you to store online, and they're going to be stored in a file system called Google Drive. And kind of similar to your computer file folder where you see all your files, but instead of living in your computer, it's going to live inside your Google account. So that means that you can access all your files that are inside your Google account from anywhere. You just need your username and password and internet, and you can access it from anywhere. So you can access it in a computer, you can access it in a phone, you can access it in a tablet, and it doesn't even need to be your computer. It could be a public computer. So you don't need anymore to have a disk or any other tool to store documents. And also you can share it much easier, and we're going to talk about sharing, and this is one of the powerful things about Google Docs, is the ability to share it, and it's going to allow you to share documents and don't have to be worried about the storage. So now, how do you find that file that you just created when you sign in into your Google account? So I'm going to close it. So you can just log out, sign out, or in this case, because it's an incognito window, I can also close it because incognito windows don't remember anything. But if you're using a computer in the library or a computer at work or a computer that other people might have access to it, you want to sign out of your Google account because that's your safe security that nobody is going to be able to access your files. So I'm going to go and access the Google account where I created a document that I just showed you. And I'm going to sign in. And then you recognize it looks the same than before. I'm going to go to the Google Apps and find the Google Docs. And you're going to see now that it's going to show as the recent, one of the recent documents. So it's right here, part of my recent, so I can click on it and it's going to be there. The other way to do it is I can go back to Google Docs. So the way I did it, I just click here where you see the icon of Google Docs, which is the home. It's like the starting page. And I'm going to find the app for Google Drive. So remember I told you the Google Drive is like the file explorer, is the directory of all your files that you have in your computer, but in this case, all have the directory of all the files you have under your Google account. So I'm going to click on this app and it's going to open. And as if you don't have any documents when you create a new Google account, this is going to be empty because you don't have any documents. In my case, I have this account for a while, so you're going to see some documents. So this is the file system organization that is come with the Google account, and that's how you can organize your files. So right here, you see the icon Google Drive. Then you see My Drive, which is the storage unit that you have given to you by Google, where all your files are there. Computers is, we're going to talk about that next class. And then you have Share with Me, is anything that has been shared with the user. Recent, you can click recent and you're going to see here the document I just created. And then Start are things that you want to show up here because maybe you're using it frequently. And then there is Trash and then the storage. So here under the storage, that's how much storage you have been assigned for the Google account. There are 15 gigabytes. That's a lot of storage. And the good thing, it travels with you. So you don't have to worry about thumb drives or any other storage tool or emailing things because it travels with you. And if you need more, I have after 3 years, I think I meet the 15 gigabytes and then I have to start deleting. So I'm going to click here on my drive and these are a view with the icons. If I go here to the right, there is going to be a list view, so you can choose another way to look at it, which is just more easy to find because it's separated by file name. The owner means who created that and when it was modified. So I can change it to see if I find the one I want, the most recent. So right here, you can see is the document I just created called My Docs. So I can click on it, double click, and it's gonna open. So you can either access it on the Google Docs app, or you can go to the Google Drive, and the Google Drive will have all the files that you create. You not necessarily only Google Docs files, like you can see this as a PDF. These are the blue ones. The blue squares are Google Docs. These are other type of file with green, the yellow, which are slides. And then you're gonna see here, which is the equivalent to Excel. So the Google Drive is just gonna have a file cabinet of everything you store in your Google account, anything that's documents or pictures. Okay, any questions so far? So you can use your Google Drive on your PC, on your Mac, any mobile device. You can use it with the app, or you can use it without the app. The same thing that I show you how to do here, you can do it on your phone or your tablet, and you don't need the app. The app will give you extra features, but you can do almost everything that you need to do using only the internet browser in your mobile device. So as a practice for last week, for next week, I would like you, encourage you to go to the handout, the Padlet, and find here where it says the Google Doc manual. So this is a set of instructions that have all the steps to create a document, which is we just went through, but it's written down for you. So if you click on this link, so go ahead and click right here where you see the hand, click on it. So you will have to sign, if you have a Google account, go ahead and sign it before you click on it. Then you go and click on it. And it's gonna give you a preview. And then you can do opening a new window. So if you are signing in your Google account, when you say open a new window, it's gonna show your icon. So that means it's open in your Google account. Then it's gonna say open with, and you're gonna choose Google Docs. So this document was created by me, but I'm allowing everybody to share it. So we'll talk about that next week, how you can allow to share it for everybody or for only a limited number of people. And if you wanna keep this in your drive, you're gonna go here to File, and you're gonna make a copy. So it's File, make a copy. So click please on make a copy, and it's gonna say the name of the document's copy. I would just leave it like that. Where right now it's gonna give you a default if it's your first time doing saving a file in Google Docs. I would just leave it like that. and I click, it's not gonna say Google Hangout for you, it's gonna say maybe Google Drive. Just leave it like that. Whatever they give you here for now, just leave it like that and click OK. So now this document lives in your Google Drive. It was created by me and it's going to show that was created by me. But now you have a copy that you can use and also you can edit because I have allowed that for you to do that. So now this document, which it has all the instruction how to create document, belongs to you. And if you ever want to find it, I'm gonna go to my Google Drive. So I have to get out of here. So I'm gonna have to go to my Google Drive. So I'm gonna go here, Google Drive. And then it's showing here. It's always gonna share in the recent, like here, copy, which I just did. It says 256, which is the one. And for me, it's gonna say owner, but for you, it's gonna say the name of this icon. So try it and see if it works for you. And if you have any questions, let me know either on email or in Slack or next class. One word of caution, Google Docs is for a collaboration. Avoid using Google Docs for personal unique information like social security numbers, bank account, tax information, password or logins. Practice cyber safety. Keep private. So that's just something to follow along with everything you do on the internet. So thank you very much. I'm gonna stop the recording so if anybody has any questions.